Oh, hi! This is totally casual and not at all something I'm nervous about. Yeah, the reason I'm talking to you today. Oh, I'm super nervous. I don't do this often. No, I'm talking to you today because earlier this month a book was published that I worked on earlier this year, and it was a literal dream come true because I know. Do you know who I am? I'm Jana. Hi, I'm a fantasy illustrator, and one of my dream clients ever since I started out illustrating, being a freelance illustrator, was the Folio Society. And if you know the Folio Society, you'll know why, because they're producing these absolutely stunning editions, right? They're gorgeous books they're publishing, and it was such a dream, you know, to be part of that, you know, to be part of the most beautiful books out there. And I started sending them emails with my portfolio really early on, like 8 years ago, and I continued updating them on my portfolio, and I got some nice feedback, and you know, there were moments where it looked like I might be successful, you know, and the project might happen, but then it didn't, and you know, it didn't until earlier this year in I think March. In March, I was out on a walk, you know, beautiful nature, but as it is today, my phone buzzed and said, "You have an email," and there I was standing, you know, surrounded by gorgeous nature, looking at my phone and squealing because there it was, the email by a Folio Society art director asking me whether I wanted to illustrate a book, and I didn't know the book back then. I didn't know it. It was like, it sounds cool, I have no idea what it is. I want to do it. Please let me do it. Yes, I'll agree to everything. Yeah, so agreed, and I got to read the book, and the book is the fantastic The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro. And yeah, it's an amazing book. It's a fantasy novel. It's quite multi-layered, but it's like also a heartwarming story about old love, you know, about an old couple who sets out to find their son. But it's also about generational trauma and old dragons. It's about old dragons. I'm bad at summarizing books, you know. There's a creepy lady who murders rabbits. The important stuff. There's some stuff with birds. A+ book. No, it's an amazing book, and I'm so honored I got to illustrate it. Yeah, it's set in a post-Arthurian Britain, and I am a huge fan of anything Arthurian legends because I feel there's no canon and everybody just makes shit up and can take their own spin on something. It's a bit like the Bible. Arthur's a bit Jesus-y as well, but never mind. Yeah, it's like everything's fan fiction, right? Because there's no canon, everything's fan fiction, and everybody brings something new to this very old story and these old archetypes. And I love just seeing different versions and different takes and figuring out what they changed and what they wanted to do with the material. It's really interesting, and so I was like, yes. It's post-Arthurian, but there is Sir Gawain. He's the only one, but I know him. Yeah, no, it was super fun, and oh, I'm rambling, and I'm sweating. It's because I'm nervous, not because I'm wearing too many woolly things and blankets. No, they're perfect for October. You know, it's like October arrived, I'm like, yes, I'll wear everything. Give me clothing, give me blankets. Anyways, I want to present a book to you. You know, I don't want to ramble on about the weather and fashion. I will never tell you anything about fashion. That's not my subject. Anyways, I wanted to present a book to you, right? This one. Oh, look at this. I got to design the slipcase and the cover, and I had multiple ideas, and I liked all of them. But this one is really cool because in the story you have the mist, which is essentially. Am I spoilering? I'm spoilering people. You know that the mist is changing how people perceive the world in a way and what they remember about the world. And so when the mist is there, the world is nice. You know, it's a bit moody, it's misty, it's, you know. I'm going to say moody again. It's moody, rainy, lots of hills, rocks, it's heath, you know. Wide open space, hills, few trees, not a lot. Anyways, it's a landscape. It's a nice murky landscape. And you know, we have our heroes on their quest. And if you take the mist away, you have all the old bones and weaponry of wars that happened in the past. So essentially you have the mist covering up all these old wounds that never got to heal. And yeah, so there's a concept behind this, people, and I just love the contrast of this, you know, with the bright red and the subdued green. Oh, I love this. Turned out so nicely. Oh, could touch it forever. I'm just. I have 6 of those, and I'm just gonna use them to stroke, you know, to have them all around me. I can just stroke all these books with my entire body. Never mind. I think the Folio Society is kind of like, this has nothing to do with us. Who's this weirdo? Not our illustrator. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Here's the frontispiece I did. Has a hawthorn tree on it. Hawthorn trees are amazing. You can eat the berries, and also you can use them for heart medicine. But I wouldn't suggest to do this unless you know what you're doing. But you know, they're amazing trees. You can also use them for hedges. You know, they're amazing for birds and insects. And yeah, they're lovely. They look lovely. They bloom lovely in spring, and you know, the red berries and. They're nice trees, guys. Nice trees. Am I nervous? Yes, I am. Who would notice? Nobody. Nah. I'm trying to find my illustrations. I did quite a few, but I can't find them. It's like you never find them when you need them. Oh, this is my favorite. Again, old creepy lady with rabbits. Yeah, it's nice. Although it was really difficult to make this rabbit look not happy. You know, it was supposed to be like a screaming, creepy rabbit. And on the sketch, and so he always looked like he was just smiling. It's hard to insane. It was just like more pain. This rabbit needs to look like he's in pain. Also, I love rabbits. I like rabbits. I like all animals. But I also love painting hands. Look at these hands, you know. An old lady face. Oh, I love this illustration. I love it. This one took ages. I think it's the piece, you know, if you show all of them to people, this is the one that is going to stick out to people because the lighting, this nice double lighting. It's just nice and summery. And yeah, it has a nice oak tree on it, and he was so tricky. It was so tricky. The perspective, and I really, you know, I kind of struggled with Sir Gawain because this is set quite early on in the Middle Ages, like really early on, and people at the time wouldn't have had plate armor yet. And at the same time, Sir Gawain is described as somebody who's wearing, you know, full armor, and I think it was even plate armor, and I was just sitting there like, somebody's gonna complain. Somebody's gonna complain that this is not correct for the time this is set in. And I tried to kind of find the middle ground of having this very, very weathered plate armor, but combined it still with lots of chainmail, which would have been more appropriate for the time. But I say, he's like this iconic knight, and you want him to look like an iconic knight, and iconic knights usually have plate armor, so like I really loved having this, the plates for the legs. I don't know what armor is called, just so you know. I just look at pictures and go, yes, I will put this in my art. I don't know what it's called. You are expert people, you know this. I don't, I just need to draw it. Anyways, hard to draw in perspective. Took a while. Also getting the lighting and the expression just right. And I wanted this to be really great, right? Because I knew the book is amazing, the novel is amazing. Folio was going to produce like the best book, the binding would be wonderful. And it was just my art, will my art be good enough? Will it live up? Will it live up to everything else, I don't want this to be like gorgeous book, but the art kind of sucks. No, I wanted this to be really good, and so I spent ages on this piece just to get it just right. And it's very satisfying when then it also turns out well, and it's very satisfying if you're being paid enough to actually be able to spend the time on the artwork to create something that's really, really special. But that's a different topic. So yeah. Just for future reference, I'd love to do stuff like this, and yeah. Never mind, different off topic. I'm being off topic here. Off topic a lot. See, I have no script, I'm just rambling. This is going to get way too long as well. I just want to be like, something like 3 minutes I can put on Instagram. Did not happen. Yes, old guy with lighting. His face is kind of messed up. Yeah, poor guy. But this one was kind of like very simple with the composition, and then just about the expression and putting the detail right, and just in the right places, and having the perfect contrast between detail and open spaces in the artwork. Yeah, this was nice. This was kind of nice and relaxing after the night one. What else? I'm kind of missing my ink drawings because they're printed on the normal paper, so I didn't really find them. But I did ink drawings for this as well, and I actually love doing ink drawings. It's how I started out when I was still drawing manga-inspired comics. But I don't really get to do it a lot. But when I do, it's like, yes, ink drawings! Inks, old friends, there you are! Yeah, this is a wolf monster dragon. Well, it's not a dragon, it's a wolf monster. Weird wolf monster. And it doesn't have any fur. I love wolves and I love drawing animals, and when I decided to draw this illustration, I was like, yes, wolf head, and I was like, it doesn't have any fur. What am I gonna do? It still needs to look nice, and not like it's like a drawing from an anatomy book, because you're supposed to see its muscles, just like a thin layer of skin or parchment that is like drawn tight over the muscles. And I was like, fur, I want fur, but it's also supposed to be like burned and a little bit flaky, and I leaned into that, and I was just having this dead eye, this pearly deep sea fish eye. Yes, and you have here our travelers in a reflection. See, I actually don't like having the main characters being I don't like portraits that much. I feel like if you want to show the main characters, it has to be for a reason, because they're the people the reader spends most time with, and the reader will have their own image of in their head. So like with the old woman, she's an NPC, right? She's just somebody our heroes meet. And Gawain, I feel like he's just this iconic figure, but he's not our main characters. And when it comes to our mains, our protagonists, I don't know. I don't want to give you a face, right? I don't want to make it too obvious what they're supposed to look like. So they're just very silhouette-y here. You can see, oh, they're two old people, and there we have again Gawain and the young guy whose name I have currently forgotten. I did work with this in April. Okay, it's been a while, but he was cool. The young guy. The young guy. I forget names so easily in books. Like, I can read a book and I will not know what the protagonist was named by the time I'm done. Yeah, so in case anybody is wondering why I'm pretty fast when it comes to reading books, it's because I remember nothing. It's just, ooh, there was an ink drawing. There's an ink drawing. It's the one with the swords, the boring one. See, to see all the nice ink drawings, you have to buy the book. And not that this is not a nice ink drawing, it's just the others have like goats and birds in them, which are much superior to swords. Also swords, time periods, you know what I talked about with Yama. Same issue, like maybe I'm the person who's gonna get mad if the time periods don't work. But usually I wouldn't, because I just don't know enough. Yeah, when I work on a job, I research what's going on and the time periods and so on, and then I'll notice if there's a problem. But if I read a book, I just don't know and I don't care. Never mind, this is the dragon, and I really love this one. I would spoil you again if I continue talking about why this is an amazing dragon. But I love it. It's just, you know, when you find like a dried up amphibian on the road in the summer, like a dried up frog, or I don't just know the German words for the others. Like a dried up frog, you know, or maybe even a baby bird that got run over by a car or somebody's feet, you know, but like a dried up one. This was kind of what I had in mind, just like a pearly, sickly version. Yeah, I think it's lovely. Dragon. And you have another hawthorn tree. They're great. I got to look at so many hawthorn trees for reference. I love looking at trees. There's another one. There's another one in here. Oh, the last one. Do I show you the last one? I like it. It's lovely. There it is. See, we have some birds again. And we have atmosphere. I love myself a good sunset or sunrise. I don't even remember. I think this was a sunset. But maybe it wasn't. I'll have to read this book again, clearly. Yeah, but I worked so long on getting the colors just right for this one. Yeah, you have some subtle contrast in there with the greenish and the orangey bits, but also it was supposed to be more like warm, but also cold shadows, and also this subtle brush stroke here. I didn't plan this, but I really like how it looks. Yeah, I'm done. This was it. This is the book. I illustrated this. Hooray! No, so this is great. I get back to stroking this book now, all over me, because I'm so happy about this. Yeah, no, I'll sheath this. I'll sheath this now back into the slipcase. Oh, this was nearly elegant. The other day I showed this to friends and I was trying to put it back in and it didn't work. Never mind, I'm learning. It is repetition. Repetition is going to turn me into a master of putting books into slipcases. Alright, yes, thank you for watching and listening to this rambling mess. I hope you understood something of what I was saying, and if you didn't, I I say this because sometimes my sentences make no sense, and this is my second language, and also I'm mumbling sometimes, and yeah, never mind. Yes, please buy this book. Don't, I want to make sure that the Folio Society doesn't regret hiring me, so please buy this book. I'm very proud of it. It's a great book. It's a great edition of this book, if I may say so myself. Yes, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know how to end these things. Goodbye. See you again. Actually, we will see each other again because I have plans. And for those, I need to start getting more relaxed with this sort of thing. But it will get way more boring, I think, if I get relaxed.